Detective David Starr, we have our super top secret, we don't know what's in it box back again.
Yes, we do, Detective Michael Nova.
Now, last time we talked about there are dangerous things in there.
Could possibly have been.
And we found out there was just a scary letter.
A letter.
And so now there could be something.
It has appeared in front of us again.
It has appeared, and we're going to open it up.
Let's open it up.
We never know what's going to be in this box.
We never know. Shall we open it?
Could be spaghetti.
Don't scream like you did last time. Scaredy cat.
It's rather boring. It's just another letter.
Another letter.
Okay, this letter is from another one of our favorite fans.
Oh, so our top two fans.
We have two. Besides you and me, of course.
Makes four.
This one says that, I love your videos on Archangel Michael. Do you have another one or another experience you can tell about somebody's experience or interaction with Archangel Michael?
I believe we do.
We do? Why do you say that?
Because we talked about it.
We did. What did we talk about? Maybe I need Archangel Michael for my memory.
Yes, obviously. You need something.
So what David is referring to is that there is a true life story that happened to a soldier in the Korean War. And he went through an experience of Archangel Michael, with Archangel Michael, and he wrote his experience to his mother.
He wrote a letter home because he was actually injured during the war. Wrote a letter home to his mother from a field hospital, and he tells the story that we're going to hear.
And we're going to do it without our Akashic record machine because we don't need the Akashic record machine.
Don't need the Akashic record this time. We'll probably use it in the future.
In the future.
To go into the past.
Yes. And then,
I keep throwing a little zingers over at him.
That's right. And but right now, we don't need to use the Akashic record machines.
Thank God.
We are just going to watch the video that talks about this Marine telling his story of his letter to his mother.
Right.
Let's roll it. Let's roll it.
Dear Mom, I'm writing you from a hospital bed. Don't worry, Mom, I'm okay. I was wounded, but the doctor says I'll be up in no time. But that's not what I had to tell you, Mom. Something happened to me that I don't dare tell anyone else for fear of their disbelief. But I have to tell you, the one person I can confide in, though even you may find it hard to believe. You remember the prayer to St. Michael that you taught me to pray when I was little? Michael, Michael of the morning. Before I left home for Korea, you urged me to remember this prayer before any confrontation with the enemy. But you really didn't have to remind me, Mom. I've always prayed it. And when I got to Korea, I sometimes said it a couple times a day while marching or resting. Well, one day, we were told to move forward to scout for commies. It was a really cold day. As I was walking along, I perceived another fellow walking beside me, and I looked to see who it was. He was a big fellow, a Marine about 6'4", and built proportionally. Funny, but I didn't know him, and I thought I knew everyone in my unit. I was glad to have the company and broke the silence between us. Chilly today, isn't it? Then I chuckled, because suddenly it seemed absurd to talk about the weather when we were advancing to meet the enemy. He chuckled too, softly. I thought I knew everyone in my outfit, but I've never seen you before, I continued.
No, I've just joined. The name is Michael.
Really? That's mine too.
I know. Michael. Michael of the morning.
Mom, I was really surprised that he knew about my prayer. But I had taught it to many of the other guys, so I suppose that the newcomer must have picked it up from somewhere else. It had gotten around to the extent that some of the fellows were calling me St. Michael. Then, out of the blue, Michael said,
"There's going to be trouble ahead."
I wondered how he could know that. I was breathing hard from the march, and my breath hit the cold air like dense clouds of fog. Michael seemed to be in top shape, because I couldn't see his breath
Detective
at all.
David Starr, now it is our duty to investigate and talk about things a little bit deeper, or just recap it maybe a little bit.
We do dig deeper.
We do dig deeper. I do. Do you do? Do you? So let's...
Well, he just said something that's very interesting to me. So Michael the Marine is walking along with this other Marine whose name is also Michael, and his own breath, I'm going to call him Little Michael and Big Michael, his breath, Little Michael, is coming out in big clouds of steam because it's very cold and breath is very hot. But he notices that Big Michael, his breath is not doing that he seems to be in top shape. He's hardly breathing hard at all.
Well, you didn't see his breath, which he was kind of surprised at because he could see his own breath.
He could see his own breath. Couldn't see Big Michael's breath. It was, and he's commenting on this to his mother in this letter.
As it said, it was a really cold day, so obviously you're going to see.
I wanted to mention something else there that I thought was good, bearing in mind that we're probably going to be realizing as he tells the story that this is Archangel Michael. And he's talking about, little Michael is talking about the weather being cold, and he chuckles softly at his own comments on the weather because they're in a war zone. They could be killed any minute. And he notices and comments that Big Michael laughs softly. And I thought that was quite interesting that an archangel could laugh softly. I like the little things in life. I want my archangels to laugh softly at appropriate times.
You have archangels?
I do.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them.
Okay. All right. Well, let's continue. I'm sure you're through with wanting to hear any more from us. Let's continue.
Let's just shut up and listen to the story for a while.
Yeah, here we go.
Just then, it started to snow heavily, and soon it was so dense, I could no longer hear or see the rest of my unit. I got a little scared and yelled, "Michael!" Then I felt his strong hand on my shoulder and heard his voice in my ear.
It's going to clear up soon.
It did clear up, suddenly. And then, just a short distance ahead of us, like so many dreadful realities, were 7 commies, looking rather comical in their funny hats, but there was nothing funny about them now. Their guns were steadily pointed straight in our direction. "Down, Michael!" I yelled as I dove for cover. I looked up and saw Michael still standing, as if paralyzed by fear. So I thought at the time. Bullets were spurting all over the place, and Mom, there was just no way those commies could have missed at that short distance. I jumped up to pull him down, and then I was hit. Someone was laying me down. Strong arms were holding me and laying me gently on the snow. I opened my eyes, and the sun blazed in them. Michael was standing still, and there was a terrible splendor in his face. Suddenly, he seemed to grow, like the sun, the splendor increasing intensely around him like the wings of an angel. As I slipped into unconsciousness, I saw that Michael held a sword in his hand, and it flashed like a million lights.
All right, so we just went from the next scene that we watched, and he said there was going to be trouble up ahead, and he put a hand on, the big Michael put a hand on the small Michael's shoulder, which I found interesting because guys in battle wouldn't normally do that to one another.
At least not for that reason. It seemed to be Big Michael was comforting him, little Michael, because of what they were going to run into almost immediately.
And the other thing that after he got hit with these commies that were real close, they couldn't miss, he felt strong arms holding him and laying him down in the snow.
Laid him down softly in the snow. And then he looks up from his laying down position and he sees Michael standing above him, and surrounding Big Michael is a terrible splendor, is the way he describes it. Splendor is a brilliant flash of light, the glory maybe of God around this person that we believe is going to be Archangel Michael. And then he also perceived
A sword.
a sword,
He saw a
in, his
sword
hand,
in his hand.
holding it up toward the sky. And you want to give that description?
I think I just did. There was a sword. He had a sword in his hand.
But he did describe it this way. He said the sword in his hand like 1,000,000 lights.
1,000,000 lights. I didn't catch that.
That's a pretty large number of lights.
Are you sure? That's
Very
what he said.
bright
1,000,000
sword,
lights?
yes.
Wow.
He said 1,000,000 lights.
Wow. How about that? Well, let's continue, and we'll end up with a final section, and then we'll make some more brilliant observations.
Like 1,000,000 lights.
Like 1,000,000 lights, at least in my mind.
Later on, when I woke up, the rest of the guys came to see me with the sergeant.
How'd you do it, son?
He asked me, "Where's Michael?"
Michael who?
Michael, the big Marine walking with me, right up to the last moment. I saw him there as I fell.
Son, you're the only Michael in my unit. I handpicked all you fellas, and there's only one Michael. You. And son, you weren't walking with anyone. I was watching you because you were far off from us and I was worried. Now tell me, son, how did you do it?
It was the second time he had asked me that, and I found it irritating. How did I do what?
How did you kill those 7 commies? There wasn't a single bullet fired from your rifle.
What?
Come on, son. They were strewn all around you, each one killed by a sword stroke.
And that, Mom, is the end of my story. It may have been the pain, or the blazing sun, or the chilling cold. I don't know, Mom. There's one thing I'm sure about. It happened. Love, your son, Michael.
All right, Detective David Story, there you have it. There's another testimony of somebody encountering Archangel Michael and it being so dramatic and so impactful that he never forgot about it, and he wrote his mother about it. And I'm sure it was something that was quite amazing to him.
And he said really happened. Now, the interesting thing to me is I've heard that Archangel Michael can, so to speak, step through the veil that hides heaven from us for the most part. We live down here, heaven is up there, but archangels, Michaels, great masters, can step through the veil and actually appear in a physical form, which is what we believe happened here.
But we also know that they step through the form when they're called and invited to do so, because he had done this certain prayer to Archangel Michael for many times, so much so that he was known in his unit as being Saint Michael. So because he was giving this prayer so often and so constantly, that when the time came that he was needed, Archangel Michael was needed, he was there with him physically. I think that's quite unusual.
And there's two things here that tie him to Michael. One is he was named after Archangel Michael. And the other one, the second one, is that his mother, when he was young, taught him a short prayer to Archangel Michael. And when he got to Korea and was in the war, he gave it quite frequently.
Right.
He even taught it to other people.
So anyway, that's the latest story that we have for you Archangel Michael fans out there that want to hear more about Archangel Michael. I'm sure it's not going to be our last.
It's not going to be our last, and I think we might want to end with maybe a prayer to Archangel Michael.
Right. He gave his prayer with St. Michael in the morning, I think he called it.
Right.
And ours is what we call a traveling protection.
And we're always traveling, even when we're standing still. So why don't we give that prayer?
I've seen that in you. And I've
you
wondered.
may see it again if you're not careful. I'll be traveling right out the door, down the street and over the hills and across the dale.
Okay. Okay.
So
here we go.
All right.
So we'll have the prayer right behind us that is called the traveling protection.
Together.
Lord Michael before,
Lord Michael behind, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below, Lord Michael, wherever I go. I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here, I am his love protecting here.
Now let's give it once with a fiat type of thing. You go.
Okay.
Lord Michael before, Lord Michael behind, Lord Michael to the right, Lord Michael to the left, Lord Michael above, Lord Michael below, Lord Michael, wherever I go.
I am His love protecting here. I am His love protecting here. I am His love protecting here.
And of course, you can just do the fiat or the call, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Now, one thing I do, and you probably do it as well, David, is that when I see an ambulance go by or any type of emergency vehicle, I call to Archangel Michael. Just a brief prayer like Archangel Michael, be with that ambulance and the first responders and the victim. And I might also say that for people I see walking by that to me look like they're burdened one way or the other. Archangel Michael, protect them. So you can call to Archangel Michael any moment of any day at any need.
Any need, any time. And it's good to remember, because when you do that, you get what we might call good karma for praying for other people. It could be family, friends, relatives. It could be neighbors. It could be somebody you don't know, like in an accident, as Detective Mike Nova just described. And any kind of situation. Maybe you see somebody that looks depressed. You don't have to go up to them or anything. Just ask Archangel Michael to take command of them and help them through whatever they might be going through.
Because David had that story, which we're not going to go over now, but it was a previous video where he talked about this lady that was afraid of flying, and she gave this call for herself and her family. Very interesting, and it's another previous video on Archangel Michael. So, David, it was a very angelic experience with you today.
Thank you.
And I think I'm starting to see some wings sprout behind your back there a little bit. See if we can fan them to get a little bit bigger. And with that, we'll say adieu, adios, and so long.
Yeah. Sayonara.
God bless.
God bless.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails.